You gotta remember the pin.
Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today we're going to install some Quik-Latch hood pins on this Lexus GX460.
Alright, there's a rock holding up the hood. Check out what happened. The hood latch, this is the hood striker, sheared right off. This should go right in there, sheared right off. Ah, man, that was fun, having the hood fly up on you. Now, hindsight, of course, is 2020 here, but you know, this of course has an aftermarket bumper on it, DV8 bumper, and I'm wondering, when I remove this black plastic piece, it's a piece of black plastic that goes all over here, and I thought it was just there for looks, thought it was just purely cosmetic, and it just goes on with push pins, and of course I threw it out thinking it was purely cosmetic. But in hindsight, I'm wondering, you know, if when the wind comes through this big open grill, you know, it directs the wind through the down through the radiator and the condenser for the AC instead of having it go up this way, because that black piece that's missing here, I'm thinking would deflect the wind enough. I was getting some hood shake, as you can see. The striker's worn pretty good down there, so I was watching it vibrate for a while, but I thought it would hold. But now I'm wondering if that black piece is way more functional than I thought. So making this video, hopefully it'll help somebody. Don't throw out this black piece. Now, when or if you put in an aftermarket bumper, because I do think it's letting in a lot of air through here, then up to the hood, and then it's bouncing the hood up and down. How much? I don't know. And I know a lot of cars have aftermarket bumpers, so it might be a combination of the aftermarket bumper and the removing this plastic and the design itself. So we'll see. This has got to go to Lexus to get this thing fixed. They're probably going to weld it right back on. The latch seems okay, and then I'm going to ask them to put this black piece of plastic on. You know, this black foam here where the piece sits on top, so I'm guessing it was aerodynamic to help seal it out, to help seal out wind. So that's my guess.
All right, we weren't quite sure how to get this hood latch, or not the latch, excuse me, the striker that's on the up top on the hood. The broken striker, we're unsure how to get it out, so thinking there was an access panel behind this black plastic. Okay, so after checking for access behind the black hood liner, of course there was no access. So out comes the grinder. The only way to get in there is to bust out the grinder. This is a 3-part hood, so you got an outer, an inner, and you kind of got you got an intermediate area there, and of the intermediate area is a support bracket for the hood striker, which bolts in with 4 bolts. This is just what it is. I remember in the good old days, well, even on some cars now, the striker's just bolted to the inner skin of the hood. So you just take, on those type of hoods, you just unbolt it and you're good to go. But not here, so out comes the grinder. I'm sure the Toyota dealer would have said you need a whole new hood just to get the striker. So time to cut some sheet metal.
Alright, so here's a close-up of the part that failed.
This is the striker on a striker bracket. It's welded on, but it's sheared off. Sheared off right there like that. So that's how it's supposed to go. And over time, bouncing up and down with that play, snapped off. The striker also wore where it meets the latch there. So you have some wear spots here. So I'm not sure if it's a combination of my errors and modifications, which let's just go with that because there's not a lot of anecdotes online about this happening. So let's go ahead and say that this is probably the result of removing the radiator support. That's that piece of plastic that keeps wind from going under the hood. It's actually incidentally called by Toyota radiator support / seal. So interesting that it is sealing. They call it seal for a reason because it probably seals out the air, which causes problem. But I am also going to double check the adjustment of the hood, those little rubber bumpers, to make sure it goes down once this is welded back into place. So in other words, those rubber bumpers that you adjust to make the hood go up or down to take out some play. I'm not sure if that was set right from the factory, but again, I can't prove it. So anyway, moving forward, we're going to go ahead and get this welded back together and get it back on the car.
So off we go with the broken part to Bowe Welding, local welder here in Southern California in the Mojave Desert. Get an idea of the rough roads that were on there that may have contributed to tearing up the striker. And this is Aaron at Bowe Welding, and he's an absolutely phenomenal welder. So let's check out how he professionally fixes this problem.
Johnson for the last night in the Pennywise.
Yeah.
It was so fucking badass.
Did you have a blast?
Oh, it was so bad. Got to drive the buggy all the way for it.
Yeah.
Traded it for the TIG. That was easily 10 years ago.
Sweet. There it is. Yep, you're right. Oh, that's so cool.
Let that post flow cool it as it's molten. And the longer you get it to cool and in a better environment, the better the weld will be.
Like I said, I cannot get over how controlled that is. It's, like you said, it's something alien. I mean...
Yeah, it's definitely... And it's good too as far as the earth.
Ooh, there's a spark.
Yeah, it's grounding to the...
Yeah. I know it's... So Aaron here actually let me try the TIG welder. Absolutely awesome. awesome. Wow, you can see that just glowing through and through.
Yep.
That's beautiful.
I added a bunch for strength.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
In the inside of the corner.
Well, that's got to be the other cool part about this. You can beef up things, right?
I saw this meme. It said when you're a hammer, everything looks like a nail. When you're a welder, everything's whatever the fuck you want it to be.
Exactly.
Okay, here we are. Back from Aaron's excellent work. And absolutely fantastic, beautiful, gorgeous, amazing job. Highly recommended. Bowe Welding in Southern California. Highly recommended. If you need welding, Bowe Welding is where to go. Check the video description for information, and please support Bowe Welding. Absolutely fantastic. Beefed up the wear marks here where the striker meets the latch. It beefed up, built up a little bit where it broke off. Looks good. Let's see if we can get it back in the vehicle, and then worry about painting it while it's on the car. Okay, to fit this thing back in the car, still of course had to do a little bit of grinding here, just to twist and turn and squeeze it back into the hole of the hood. Just had to make it work. So little grinding, and time to get it back in there. Okay, so we're going to install Quik-Latches now, and these are basically hood pins. It's basically a latch. Goes in the hood like that. This is the latch. This is the striker. That's like an air fitting connection. There's springs in here with balls. And when you push it in other words, when the hood closes, snap shut. You have a little bit of swivel and deflection, and it seems to hold pretty tight. So just trying to help it out so we don't break the striker again. So again, it's by Quik-Latch. To release, you push the button. It pops through. So these are your strikers. These are your latches. Lock nuts for latches. A couple tools. Quik-Latch again, and you get some Loctite. Let's go ahead and do that. All right, so it's time to install the Quik-Latches, and this is going to involve drilling into your hood in multiple places. So if you're not down with that, that makes you nervous, this may not be for you. If, on the other hand, you just think it's just sheet metal, like we do, then you're going to be a-okay, because honestly, that's all it is. Take your time before you drill, and you know, this has been done a million times before by people around the world. You're going to be just fine. So let's go ahead and start cutting, measuring, test fitting, and drilling. The kit comes with clear instructions, so it's just a matter of following those instructions and taking your time.
see with our the hood closed, the alignment's pretty good. Pretty much is at the center of the hole here. The latch, or excuse me, the striker or the pin is at the center of the hole. There's the pin. It's right in the center. And as expected, this striker pin is short, so it will not engage with the hood. It is way more maxed out the pin than it should be, so that pin's going to have to be extended enough to allow for engagement here, so that's going to be later. And the alignment pin's pretty good with this one too. Pretty much spot on. Alright, the 4-inch latch pins or strikers are too short. So Quik-Latch offers a 6-inch version for the QL38. They're not listed, so you have to contact them directly to get this longer 6-inch pin.
Okay, so go ahead and put this seeping Loctite into the threads once you get your longer pins in. These longer pins are going to apply to Lexus GX and probably 4Runner, Toyota 4Runner. It's the same type of stuff. So once you get the longer pins on, go ahead and this is what you're left with basically. We went with the polished chrome to match the chrome accents on the Lexus GX460, and they match really good, but that's all subjective. You can get these in black as well, or kind of a brushed finish, or you can paint them or do whatever you want with them. So once you get the main latch down, press down on the 2 Quik-Latches, and it's really tight. So hoping this will solve the problem and we won't have a broken striker again. And the hood won't fly up on us. This should spread the load in 3 places. The Quik-Latches, again, seem to be of excellent build quality, and everything looks good. Time will tell how they hold up, but internet anecdotes don't really say anything negative about it, so we will see. Okay, if the inventor of Quik-Latch is out there listening, just some helpful suggestions, some constructive suggestions. Maybe you can list the pins, the longer extended pins, on your website or Amazon. That would be helpful for these sort of applications where you need the longer pins. So that's number one. Number two would be the primary concern installers are going to have here is those striker nuts and washers backing off, as well as the hood pin washer backing off. So maybe offer some lock washers in the kit, specifically maybe some spring washers, or if you really want to go top of the line, some Nord lock wedge locking washers. So NORD lock washers. They're very vibration resistant. That's the only two constructive suggestions, and that's just keeping it positive. This is not a criticism at all. This is just might alleviate a couple issues buyers might have. with needing longer pins and wanting a little bit more security than the thread locker that comes with the kit. But either way, thank you, the inventor of Quik-Latch, for providing these solutions for people who are anxious about their hood flying up. Excellent product, can't recommend enough. And finally, a big thank you to Aaron at Bowe Welding for fixing the striker. If you're in the area, please check out Bowe Welding. He's absolutely phenomenal. And if you like this video, please remember to like and subscribe. Thank you and have a good day.